Hi friends, this is your Python partner here, and now we are going to see about if statements. So, in programming, we often have to examine set of conditions and also to decide which action to be taken based on those conditions. Okay, so we can accomplish this by Python's if statement. So, what is if statement? So, what is so special in that? So, if statement is something, it has a syntax like if and a conditional test, and once when the conditional test is passed, then we have to do something. So this is about the if statement. Okay. And for example, now I have taken age, a variable which is referring 25, and now I'm just going to check. So this age is greater than 50. Here it is called a conditional test here because I'm checking something here. So only if that test passed, only then I can execute the other lines inside this if block. Okay, so that is the thing. So here age already I have given us 25, but in the condition I have used age is greater than 50. So normally the conditional test would be failed, and this line you are not included in this game will not be executed. The thing is, if the conditional test evaluates to true, only then the code followed by the if statement is executed. Else, the Python ignores the code following it. Here in this program, it ends as the conditional test fails, okay? So the age is 25, but the conditional test needs age greater than 50. So, what if the conditional test fails? We want to print something to the screen in sense. So, the thing is, here in this program, first it will do all the things like age is equal to 25 and the conditional test. It got really failed, right? So the lines following this if block will never be executed. So program completely stops running. It will come out of that interpreter like, okay, it will just stop running. So what if the conditional test fails and still we want to print something to the screen? Like we have to tell that something is good or something is not good. Something we have to print to the screen. So in that sense, what we have to do is, here in this example, we can add a line print of checking over. The thing is, in if block, a line that is intended, it is the only line that is belongs to this if block. After that, if I am going to normally give a print of statement without intending, it is not part of an if statement. So normally the if condition fails. Again, the program that ignores the lines inside this if block and it will search for. So now I'm just going to add a print statement of checking over. Okay. So here, as this line is not intended within the if block, normally it will get executed once when the if loop fails. Okay. So now once when we run this program, we'll get an output checking over. Okay. As this line is not intended. So be sure about it. Indentation plays a great role. So now we feel like adding something to this condition so that it is not going to give us a general message like checking over, but it is something, some other conditions could be done here. So for that, what we can do is we can add an else block here. Okay, so in the above program I just removed that last line. Okay, the print statement, I just removed it, and instead I'm just going to add an else block there. So else block, inside that else block I have given a print function that is welcome to the game. So here, as age is 25 and the if loop at the conditional test, it fails. So normally else block gets executed. And so the output we get here is welcome to the game. Okay, now you are asking me, friend, like what if I have some other conditions to check in between this if and else block, or what should I do? So here in Python we have if-Elif-Else block. Okay, the thing is, we can add several other conditions inside that. We can check several other conditions. Okay, for doing that I have taken an example here. In example, this age variable, I'm just asking the user to enter the value. Okay, inside this, yes, input of function in order to get a value from user, and the whole input of function I have wrapped it inside an int of function. As you know, the data that is coming from an input of function is always a string. But here we want a number. So we are just converting that into integer. Okay. And now, so if age is less than 10. So in if block, our first conditional test is age is less than 10. If a user is going to enter some number which is less than 10, then this condition satisfied. So, yes. Then the print statement will print, you can participate till the level 2 of the game. But user entered something like a 10 or 11 or something like a 25 or 24 something user entered. So normally this if block will be ignored because at the first conditional test itself it got failed because user entered something about 10. Okay, so this if loop is completely ignored. Okay, then the program will come to other line. So here I have given elif block. So inside that I have given a conditional test where age is greater than or equal to 10 and operator. Okay, and age is less than or equal to 25. So and operator, you know, like both the thing needs to be true. Only then AND operator will get executed. So here the age need to be greater than or equal to 10 and as well age needed to be less than or equal to 25. The thing is from 10 to 25. If user is going to enter 13 or 25 or 10, this elif block will be executed. So what will happen? The line following this elif block, that is intended line following this elif block is you can join the game. That printf function, it will be printed. Okay, once when it is printed, else block will be completely ignored because any one test only will get passed in this sort of if-elif-else block. Now, elif block is not satisfied. Like user entered some number like above 25. So here there is no condition for that. So normally elif block will never get executed and the Python interpreter will go to else block. Else block says you cannot participate the game. So once again, I'll tell you the thing. So here the program first check the if loop and only if the if loop condition fails, it will go to elif block. And again, only if it fails, only it will go to else block. But if the elif block is completely satisfied, the conditional test got passed in sense, the line following elif block will be executed and the else block will never be touched because program stops there. So you can use this if, elif and else block only if you are so sure that your program needs to run with a specific test. Only one test needs to be qualified. In that sense, you can go for this. So what if we need to check more than one condition? There could be situations like that, right? But in if, elif and else block, only one test will be completely satisfied and after that every other thing will be ignored. But there could be situations other than that, right? So for that we have taken here an example list named VIP. In that list I have given 4 persons name inside that. Okay, and here I have used sequence of if blocks. Why? Because the program will check each and every if block. Okay, it won't ignore any if loops here. Okay, so at first in this VIP list, I have given 4 names, that is Kavita, Arun, Tarun and Priya. And now we are just checking inside that VIP list. So, if Kavita in VIP. So, this in is the thing, we are just going to ask that Python program, like we are just going to see this name Kavita, it is inside this VIP list. That is the thing, okay. Here Kavita is there, so we have to print a message to Kavita. Seat reserved in first row and along with the seat number. Here it is 2 I have given. And again we have to check if Arun in VIP. Yes, if Arun is there, yes it is there. So again we have to print a message to Arun. Seat reserved in first row and along with seat number 3. And again, yes, again program checks if Tarun in VIP. And we are just going to print a message for him, that is seat reserved in first row and seat number 4. Once again it will come. If Priya in VIP, yes. So yes, the seat reserved in first row and seat number 5. So in this sort of thing, every conditions will be checked. Like every if loop will be checked. Okay, Python will not ignore anything. So in Python, it isn't really necessary to use elif or else block compulsorily along with if block. Okay, it is up to us. We can decide accordingly to our needs. And regarding the use of else block, it is called as catch-all statement. Okay, if it matches the condition which is not matched by the previous if loop or elif block, it will just execute the line. The thing is, it may contain some invalid or even malicious data. So if we really want to have a confidence on our code that it only runs when some of the specific conditions are met, then you can just use an elif block particularly with that condition and omit the usage of else block. Okay, so this is the thing. So once again I'll say, in if, elif and else block, only one condition will be executed. Once when the condition is executed, all other blocks will be ignored. The program will never go there. Okay. And if you really wish to check sequence of conditions, then you have to go for sequence of if blocks. Okay. That's it. And it is really not necessary to use elif and else block along with if block. If you want, we can use. Otherwise, we can omit it. So that's it, friends. I hope you really understand this. So join me in this journey of learning. Let's make this journey more interesting. Bye-bye. Take care.